Hi everyone, let's talk about WWE Friday Night Smackdown, the last episode of 2 hours, December 20, December 27th, December 27th, 2024. Let's talk about it, guys. The show opens with a recap of the WWE Undisputed Championship title since over the last month and change. And Nick Aldis cuts a promo talking about how Kevin Owens is in the sense of the Wigan Angel title belt, and that means a lot to a lot of people and was presents to Cody Rhodes as a sense of trust in our WWE Undisputed Championship. So the ultimately as followed, Kevin Owens has till the end of the night to relinquish the belt or suffer immediately or suffer consequences. Then Bianca Belair and Naomi are interviewed in Gorilla, and Naomi talks about how much holding the title means, even though she came to it through a sense Carmelison, and Bianca Belair says they're not focusing about what's happened to Jade Cargill, and they're going to focus out who did it. And Naomi introduces her official tag team partner Bailey, and Bailey asks Bianca if they're good, and it's thumbs up all around. And Nia Jax gets on the mic during her entrance and asks Bianca how many times she has to say she didn't touch Jade, and none of them did, and Tiffany couldn't even stop them win the tag titles. Do you think she could sense an attack? And they seem to be doing just fine without Cargill taking zero time to replace her. So Jax thinks she's just trying to fence of herself, and Jade is bigger and stronger and better than Bianca Belair, and she couldn't stand it, so she could step. And Nia Jax gets it, and she does the same thing. So let's stop pointing fingers and admit to it. So made her own up to. She made her own up to it. Her own up to it. Then we had Bailey and Bianca Belair and Naomi fences Candice LeRae and Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton to start filling out, and Tiffany bells to the floor since dives from the babyface team and whips to the heels out, and we go to the break, and back from the break, Nia Jax heads to a headbutt near fall on Naomi and taking her into the corner in quick tags and working her over, and Bianca Belair comes in and the turn on Candice LeRae and double team Holly head hands spring moonsault connects and covered for two, and Tiffany Stratton trying to keep her from the tag, and with a handful of braids tag to Bailey and Candice LeRae into a roll through knee suplex connect and action to the floor counters and drop kicks though, and Candice put her face first into the ring post and mount punch and clobbered blow pouncing her head off the apron, and we go to the break, and then back from the break, tags Meg and Naomi hot in on Tiffany and screw elbow and a roundhouse kick off a second rope and slides under moon kick and cruise screw roll dog cover for two, and Naomi takes Nia down and slips leg moonsault, and Tiffany breaks it up and launches and follows it up with a rep and counting, and Jax is down, and Stratton goes for her Money in the Bank briefcase, and Candice grabs the case to stop her from cashing in, and they argue about it, and LeRae tags in, and Naomi with a Paul Nelson, and that's how Bailey and Bianca and Naomi won by pinfall with Paul Nelson bomb from Naomi on Candice LeRae. Then Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are backstage, and Waller bells Nick Aldis for what Braun Strowman did to him. And Nick Aldis says if he has a problem with Braun, he should take it up with Braun. And anyways, he's waiting for somebody. And Sami Zayn comes in, and the goofball clears out, and we cut away. And as they start to talk, and as we go to the break, and then back for the break, Sami Zayn and Nick Aldis are still chatting, and he thinks it's only fair if he gets a crack at the bloodline, and Carmelo Hayes roll up to head out Christmas cards to the best. Sami told him off and tried to offer a card, and Sami Zayn told him to wait his turn and balls up the court and tossed it to at him, and Carmelo Hayes told him to set off his business and stay off his show. And Sammy says the bloodline can wait, and he wants Melo tonight. And Nick Aldis makes the match, and Carmelo Hayes talks through as he melts away. And then Austin Theory fences Braun Strowman. Let's talk about it though. Austin Theory tries to take him down to Strowman, and he shoots a huge. And we go to the break, and back from the break, Theory gets a reverse TTO chop block and big forearm cover for one, and Austin crashes to the floor off to the kick out, and Grayson Waller runs interference and gets his hands snapped for his trouble, and Braun heads to the floor and capitalizes. Grayson Waller runs away, and Braun Strowman scoops Austin Theory up and throws him back inside, and Grayson Waller returns and gets shoved down, and Austin gets under the monster but couldn't capitalize, and Braun picks him up again, and Braun Strowman won with the running power slam. Then we back from the break. We get a Twitter promo from Kevin Owens. We get an X promo from Kevin Owens, where he respectfully disagrees with Nick Aldis and claims he's the rightful WWE champion, and he's not giving the title up without a conversation, but one-on-one conversation, no security, no Crosleys, just the two of them. And Pepper Neville in the ring sits for Chelsea Green's WWE United States Championship celebration, and she sits gorgeous in a green rope dress and white fur stole, and storming a little too tall through tree strap pump. I'll say it again, pump. And Chelsea makes her entrance, stunning in a very different way, dressing as the state of livery and one shoulder and side set form number of cents, and she gets on the mic and spills out the word glorious and says the sense of this very moment, the most glorious, richest, longest rating, first ever WWE Women's United States Champion. She wants to get reconciliation to the women that been by her the entire time, and that women is here, and her honor is to bring bright and sexiness to this reign, because let's be honest, without her they'll be stuck with one of those, and she trolls in the back, and to her trash loving opponent Mia Yim goes, let's say it again, to trash her loving opponent Mia Yim, good riddance, and she says that she can be a champion too, but she's Canadian, and Canadians do not lie. And she challenged us to ask not what Chelsea Green can do for us, but what can do for Chelsea Green. Yes, ma'am, at your service. And 2025 is the year of red, white, and green. Then the Mia Yim enters, and she says if it wasn't for Chelsea's goofy friend Pepper, she would be champion. And so she's going to take a page out of her book and introduce her little friend and give her the ass whooping she deserves. And her little friend is a candlestick. And Pepper Nevlin rushes out and meets her and gets laid out with the candlestick, and she attacks Candice. I was thinking she attacks Chelsea. She attacks Chelsea Green in the ring. She attacks Chelsea Green in the ring, and the champion ducks back and drops on her platform, and Pepper has to pull her out of the ring. And that's what happened right there, guys. Good stuff right there. Good. I love that. I love that celebration with Chelsea Green. Really good stuff right there. Really good stuff right there, guys. And then DIY are walking backstage when they run into Nick Aldis in private part. DIY are walking backstage when they run into Nick Aldis and Street Profits, and Nick Aldis says he's only going to ask once. I'll repeat it one more time. DIY are walking backstage, and when they run into Nick Aldis and Street Profits, Aldis says he's only going to ask once. Do they have anything to say about the Street Profits getting attacked? They said it's a shame, and he says they were assigned to attack, and he brings pretty deadly out, and they make a big show of having trouble remembering and saying maybe they enamor if they get funding for their musical, to which Nick Aldis says they have all the time in the world for their musical if they're employee, and they cough up, and Angel Garza, again, Angel Garza as a sense as the Azalin, it, and this leads the street profits to walk around the way and attack Lento del Tasma, and Nick Alnis breaks the brawl up and says he's not dealing with this tonight and orders them to take it to the ring immediately. And then we go to the break, and then we head back, and then we have Los Garza, known as Angel Garza, and Alberto Carrillo, fits the street profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Menson Ford, and the match joins in process, and Carlito and Forward brawling whips reverse big lariat from Forward, and Dawkins tags in and double flipjack cover for two, and Garza in a double team near fall of his own, and Angel beats him down with a mountain punch, and Tunts tags back in and double teams on Alberto and Angel with a headbutt and a bit of everybody does something cool for us, and back body drop to the apron and Forward with a yard start. A tons yard start as Angel Garza takes him to the floor. As we go to the break, back from the commercial, Angel Garza has Forward locked down, and Forward struggles in his feet and elbow for separation, and Angel cuts him off with a spine buster, and tags Carlito in, and spikes assistly Dawkins tag in, and crew screw elbow fired up, and Los Garza turns the tights and dive gets a two, and Electra Lopez gets involved, and B-Fab counters her, and the Profits take over. And that's how the Street Profits won with the blockbuster Boomsday device on Angel Garza. Then Andrade cuts a promo about how he's essentially ahead of his WWE United States Championship match against Nakamura this coming week on Friday. And then commentary informs us that Naomi was challenging Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship on the show as well, as we go to the break. Sorry, guys, I'm just taking a little breather. Right here. So I'll repeat it again. Commentary informs us that Naomi will challenge Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship on the show as well, and we go to the break. Then back for the break, Pretty Deadly chants with DIY Ascents, and they charge their back as they want a I'll say it again, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. So commercials inform us that Naomi will challenge Nia Jax for the WWE Championship on the show as well. And we go to the break, and back from the break, Pretty Deadly chats with DIY since that they searched their back, so they want a scratch. And Ciampa agrees that they look out for them in return for looking out for them. And Street Profits roll up on Pretty Deadly next to thank them for calling out Lel Garza and PD for nervous about it. And Profits say they're going to go to Nick Aldis to see about a title shot, and they run into Murder Machine Guns. So says if anybody's getting a shot, it's them because they want their rematch. Their rematch. And Apollo Crews appears and says DIY attacked the Street Profits and they're getting played. Then we had a little fun match with Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn, which ended it in a no contest. It was fun, but the ending wasn't. And then Cody. Oh, so I keep on thinking about Cody Rhodes. Sorry, Carmelo Hayes faced Sami Zayn and Elbow, and Sami Zayn grabs a twist lock back and forth, and Hayes to the floor and sidesteps a dive. So Sami does the press fake out instead and fakes out, slide back in, and pulls Sami Zayn to the floor, telling the crowd to get out of the way and whipping to the barricade. And Sami Zayn pulls up with a moonsault of the barricade, and we go to the break. And back for the break, Carmelo Hayes with a springboard crossbody cover for a two grounding punch, and Sami Zayn mounts a comeback and Blue Thunder driver block, and second tries blocks, and Carmelo Hayes with a knee springboard enough, and Blue Thunder driver connects this time, and Carmelo Hayes kicks out, and Sami Zayn hangs on the ropes for a moment concerning his next move before he can go up top, and off the top, nobody's home, and Carmelo with his whole cold breaker nope, and Sammy with a lariat and mountain punch in the corner and blocks a boot, and he hits the corner exploder suplex, and Sami Zayn lands him up, but Carmelo Hayes bells and walks inside of eating the hella kick, and he makes it to the stage before Braun Strowman comes out, and Braun grabs him, and Carmelo Hayes flips out and heads to the back, and then the all different bloodline attacks Sami Zayn, and the match goes to a no contest. And then the bloodline takes Sami out, and Braun Strowman makes the save and clears the ring and squares up with Jacob Fatu before the monster can fight the werewolf, the werewolf, and Tamaloga. I'll just say that, guys. Tongaloga. I'll say it again. Tongaloa pulls him out of the ring, and Solo hits the Samoan spike, and Sammy comes back and fights and gets some overwhelm assists, but the damn numbers game and refs rolled you know what I'm trying to say, guys. I'm sorry. Repeat it again. The damn numbers game and the ref and rolled assistance storm and a moonsault from Jacob Fatu and Samoan spike from Solo, and Jacob Fatu puts the Cerebral Chief garlic on his guy. Then we had the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes statement, which I thought was good, which a lot of people were crapping on it. Kevin Owens makes his entrance. We go to the break, and back from the commercial break, Nick Aldis is alone in the ring with Kevin Owens as KO requests this, and Nick Aldis says he said all there is to say and asked Kevin to do the right thing and hand the title belt over, and Owens says that's the worst thing he can do because the belt is not the only percentage chip he has, and the only way he can make sure he gets the rematch is deserved where a ref can't rob him of his victory. And if Nick Aldis wants the belt back, Cody has to come take it, and he demands his rematch, and he had Cody Rhodes beat, and everyone knows it, and Nick Aldis says he already said this is not a sincere request, but maybe he needs it spelled out, heads to the belt over, and the belt over, or you never step foot in a WWE ring again. Then Cody Rhodes enters, and Nick Aldis asks him for the sake of his health and the sake of the company to turn around and let him handle this. And Cody clearly informs and shakes on his feet and says he's not going to walk away, and he doesn't want KO to hand over the belt, and he doesn't want to see a sense made of someone begging to be a murderer. And Kevin Owens has thrown up sheets of logis as to what this is all about, and this is about him and teaming with a man who tried to end his livelihood and make his life a living hell. Well, rewind to the end of Saturday Night Main Event where KO did the same thing to him, and he was young and hungry and doing it for himself once, but he wasn't for quite some time, and he does this for his girls, for the fans, for the announcers everywhere who believes in him before anyone else, for his cousins, for the team timekeepers, for his mentor Randy Orton. And Kevin Owens puts on the himself for the people who had faith in him, and the man who puts the winged angel, the winged I'll say it again. Who puts winged the winged eagle in his has for one night only to give the people something special. And KO mocks what he was saying, and Cody cuts him off to tell him to shut up and say that they were friends before he won the title because they are not friends anymore. And he wants a match where the refs can't screw him out of the title, and Cody wants a match where the refs can't stop what he's going to do. And Cody talks to Nick off mic and clearly lands out and what he wants, and Nick gives him some kind of response as he climbs into the ring and takes the winged, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm trying to say, guys. I'll say it again. The winged, the wing eagle, to take his title belt and hang up the height ladder match, and Nick Aldis makes it official, and Kevin Owens says that sounds great and reaches out for a handshake, but Cody Ward and Hurting inserts a hold in him, and Owens makes like he's going to leave and shoves Nick Aldis into Cody Rhodes before stomping Cody's neck repeatedly, and rolled agents and refs shove Owens away and takes his leave and kissing the wing eagle on the stage while Cody launches his head and since in agony, guys. And that's what happened right there. And I gave this SmackDown a 7. I gave it a 7. It was a decent SmackDown last night. It was a decent SmackDown. I give it a 7 out of 10. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate, but who cares? Who freaking gives a damn? But anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. And this is Christopher Jackson Never. I'll say it again. This is Christopher Jackson Never. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells as always, guys. And we're out. Peace out and take care. And this is Christopher Jackson Never.